Hey everybody, welcome back to Buzzard-Roost. I am Buzzard. Just got finished putting some stuff up, and for my long-term food storage in buckets, mylar bags. Show you there. I kind of give you an idea. Spent a little more than I planned on. But if you watch my last video, you kind of see why I might do something like that. I'll give you an idea here. I got in the buckets that did not fill the buckets all the way up, I put a 4-pound box of iodine salt in. But I'll just go through it real quick. 15.75 pounds of quick oats with a 4-pound box of iodine salt in it. I got 6.25 pounds of bakery mix. It's like Bisquick, but it's the cheaper version. 8 pounds of instant non-fat dry milk. Same thing, it's not a name brand, it's just the cheapest that I could find. I also got some powdered eggs, and it's equivalent to 100 powdered eggs, which is like 3.7 pounds of powdered eggs. And then I've got 20 pounds of elbow macaroni with a 4-pound box of iodine salt in it. I got 2 buckets of rice. Each bucket has a 4-pound bag of iodine salt in it. I got 2 buckets of pinto beans, which also has a 4-pound iodized salt in it. So that's 100 pounds of beans, 100 pounds of rice. All those potatoes I planted, the purple potatoes, the plants started dying out, or dying back, or dying, just dying. We've got about a third of the bed dug up, and already I have over 50 pounds. Like I said, and that's out of about, I think it was about a 50-pound bag of seed potatoes. I've got some Kimberleys that are starting to die out. Now, whenever we was digging up the purples, we probably would have had a lot more than that, but it seems like the gophers like them as much as we do. So I'm going to make some raised beds for the potatoes that the side can be undone, so you dig through and get the potatoes. And I'll put chicken wire in the bottom to hopefully deter the gophers. The Kimberleys, most of them are still doing pretty good, and the Yukon Golds are probably doing the best. I think that they're, from what I can tell so far, they're the most suitable. But like in anything, you don't want to bet your life on one type. I have noticed that the purples were more prone to the potato beetle, and then the Kimberleys. And the leaves, of course, now they're starting to get on the Yukon Gold, but they're not devastating as much as the other two. So even though there's a bug problem with Colorado beetles that I've had personally with the purples and the Kimberleys, I will still grow them. I'll save back seed potatoes from what I'm digging up, and I'm not getting no real big potatoes. The purples, probably the biggest I've gotten, say 2 to 3 inches diameter. Most of them are smaller than that, but still getting quite a bit. So, like I said, even though there's a pest problem, I will still grow them next year if I can keep the seed potatoes around long enough. Trying to think of anything else. Oh, anyone knows where I could buy say bulk medical, like maybe a case of gauze or a case of tape, stuff like that, at a reasonable price. A lot of the things I've looked at online, I could almost go down and buy at the Dollar Tree and buy the equivalent. Well, no, for about 2/3 less, I can buy it bulk compared to the Dollar Tree. I wish I could remember who it was that was telling me about it. There is a place that supposedly you can get it for little to nothing. I don't know if you have to be a non-profit organization or something like that, but if anyone knows, please put down in the comments that the web page or where, phone numbers, anything that would be helpful for me. I am still lacking in medical severely, and I know a lot of things can be improvised. Bed sheets for dressing, tore up bed sheets and pillowcases, stuff like that can all be used for it. And of course, I make the colloidal silver. I need to ramp up my water maker, or my super water maker, get some of that, so I'll at least have 30 gallons of that water, and try to think of anything else. Oh, here's something. Now this is Bear after the apocalypse. He's a warrior. I don't think you'd take offense to it. It's a compliment. Like I said, always start putting some food back. Oh, on the citywide prepping, let's see if I started it, or done the presentation to the city council in February. Sorry about that. I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm going to mark out the name that's on it. They done my key points. Now, whenever I made the presentation at City Council, this attorney, said that it'd be, I'd be credited for it. It's a little aggravating, a little not. Bear Independent was a tremendous help on with my presentation to them, but they've got someone else over it. And I've done that, I believe it was February. Here it is, July 3rd now? Yeah, July 3rd. And I haven't heard nothing. Now, they've got a whole plan here. People working on beautification and sidewalks and stuff like that, and tourism. And I understand, and don't get me wrong, these people are very passionate about what they're doing, but they're more concerned with the here and now. Beautiful buildings and beautiful sidewalks and tourist attractions are great for the community, but so is being prepared. They've had a 14-day power outage. They was bringing in fuel from other towns to run pumps and wells and sanitation and generators and stuff like that. They only had enough for 3 days on hand. I want to try to make it, my goal would be 3 months, at least 3 months, if not 6, if it's possible. But anyway, sorry for all the movement, but there it is. It made number 7 on the recommendation. like I said, they hit a few key points. I don't know. Preppers have a different mindset. Non-preppers, it's not because they don't care. They don't think about it. They don't think it's important or as important. But I'm preparing for my family and some really close friends. But whenever I've done some research on it and found the statistics that 7 to 9 of the 10 people would die in a grid down 6 months. Okay, I've got plenty of friends, or well, acquaintances that I care about, family, extended family, and for me to think, as most of you know, say for example, I've got 9 kids, 8 grandbabies, so let's just round that up to 20. For me to lose 14 to 18 of my family members was unacceptable. You can say it tugged at my heart to try to do this citywide prepping, and it seems to be, I don't know if it's the red tape or everyone else is thinking like I am. What I'm trying to present is the most important, and it could very well be that. It could be that, you know, they see what they're trying to do as being one of the most important things. Beautification, sidewalks, tourism, none of them can save lives, or in my view. And they're probably looking at it through their view. I want to do 3 to 6 months medical supplies. I want to do 3 to 6 months food supplies, 3 to 6 months of security infrastructure, to be able to run the infrastructure for 3 to 6 months with absolutely no outside help, power, gas, any of that. So mine's on a pretty big order, even even dollar-wise. It's probably bigger than a lot of theirs, and I want to do it through grants so it won't cost the city anything. And I'm willing to put in my time, sweat, as I said in the other video, blood, sweat, and tears. I won't be able to put the financial in it, but my time is worth money. So if I want to actually figure in financial, I could do that. That's not what's important. What's important is to help as many people as I can. I spoke with the church, and they're going to let me use a building that they've got up for sale. Don't have no electric to it. It's their old church. It's a lot smaller church, but they're going to let me use their building to do information class type thing. And what I was thinking about doing, seeing if I could get the city to do like a notification to the residents, and I want to do 2-liter pop bottles. You know, have them bring a clean 2-liter pop bottle, clean and dry, with the lid. And this is where it'll be out of my pocket. I'll buy a couple of 50-pound bags of rice. And people that bring the 2-liter bottle, show them how to do it, show them how to label it, even put instructions on it on how to cook it. I was surprised how many people don't know how to cook rice, or beans, or wheat. But anyway, the church said that it was okay after the holiday here. I'm supposed to get a hold of the pastor. Excuse me. and set up a time and date that I can use the building that's not being used for anything right now. Like I said, it's up for sale. And I'm going to try to encourage him to encourage his congregation to come to it. And maybe it'll be something that I can start doing on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly type deal on food storage, water purification, maybe have someone there that knows how to do some medical. I mean, I can put a Band-Aid and some Neosporin on just about anything that is not major. But my medical expertise is far from being expertise. Anyway, that's about the end of this one. Remember, dead fish only go with the flow of the stream. Don't be a dead fish. I'm trying to be that that salmon that's fighting the stream all the way to his death. Anyway, this is Buzzard. See you.